Valgalamanu, Valgavayalu, may the whole world live healthily and prosperously. We are starting today's session. So, based on some of the feedback from the previous session, so many of you have asked about how to improve the immunity, and today we are going to talk more about that. And the second thing some of you have asked is what special care has to be taken for elders in the family to have good health for them. And the third part was how to take good health care for the children. Right? So these are the three things that we will focus on today, and we will also see how the upcoming sessions are going to be. Right? So once again, warm welcome to everyone. So these sessions we'll try to have more regularly. So every Saturdays, 11:30, we'll try to have these quick sessions. It will be timed 10 to 15 minutes. So that's the time bracket we are planning to keep. Right. So immunity. So immunity is not going to be achieved by doing just this one thing, right? So it is going to be happening from collective things, a lot of things, right? It's not that you just do this one exercise, you do this one pranayama, you do this one food change in food, you do this one change in your lifestyle, right? It's not going to be that one thing. It is going to be a combination of things that will eventually, help us achieve that, right? If you see our few generations back, the immunity was much higher, right? And slowly it is deteriorating. In our generation, you can see it is kind of reduced, and in the future generations, we can see that they are much more lesser on the immunity. They are more prone to um, infection and disease and all that, right? So a lot of factors are there which has contributed to this. So in our sessions, we'll try to cover each of them. The one thing that we can straight away do, because it's very simple to follow or very simple to do that, is take this chawanprash once in a day. So you have these commercially available chawanprash like double chawanprash, and there are also so many other brands. So you can choose whichever you're comfortable. And if you feel that the commercially available chawanprashes are having a lot of sugar content in them, so you can go to an Ayurvedic shop and they will have these non-commercially available chawanprash. In Tamil, they call it as legium. In the Hindi in the north, they call it as chawanprash. So it is just like a kind of a paste made from a lot of herbs, Ayurvedic medicine. You can take a small, like a half a spoon of it a day, and yeah, so that kind of improves our immunity. If you're not comfortable with Chavanprash, or if you are having Chavanprash, even either way, so you can have these gooseberries, Nelikai, right? So you have the two variants. One is like a small size of a peanut, and then there's the another one which is size of a lemon, right? So the smaller one is more benefit. The the big one, the Indian gooseberry, that is also good, but the smaller one is more beneficial. So after a meal, just eat one or two these gooseberries, and they're having a high amount of antioxidants and definitely helps improve the immunity, right? So we'll discuss more about that in the upcoming sessions. The second part that was asked is the health of the um, senior in the family, right? Your parents, grandparents, how they should take care of the health. The first and foremost thing, seniors or people who are retired, right? They should have a goal, next goal in life, right? So they would have a goal like, okay, I will work up to the age of 55 or 60 and then I will retire, right? So that was their goal throughout their life, and they're constantly working towards that, and they kind of achieved that. After achieving that, they don't have a new goal, so they're ideally sitting in the home, or they just watching TV throughout the day. So they don't have any positive engagement, I can say, or a new goal. They just idle most of the time, right? So this is what is kind of killing them. This is what is kind of creating health issues for them. So once a goal is achieved, set a next goal. So if your goal was to retire and you have achieved that, the next goal should be to see your children get married, or their children get married, or whatever, world tour, right? Go to pilgrimage places, learn a new thing. Suppose as a youngster you wanted to learn guitar, but you couldn't do that because of your busy lifestyle. So now when you're retired, no, go back to that goal. Uh, Inculcate the new habits, right? Try to do a new thing, learn a new thing, set a goal, right? Because if you're not having a goal in life, right, the the mind body system will start killing you, will start giving you more and more disease. So set the next goal and try to work towards it. Once you achieve that, go for the next goal. So this is how to keep yourself active and keep yourself alive, right? So try to achieve the next goal, try to achieve the next goal. So that's how the elders in the family can keep themselves active and alive and healthy, right? Of course, there are more things. One of the things is oil bath. In the previous session, we spoke extensively about it. We covered a lot about oil bath and how the benefits are, right? In the old age, especially women, the bone density will become lesser, and that will cause a lot of um, issues, right? The stronger the bone, the longer you will live, right? So oil bath helps to strengthen the bone, right? So oil bath definitely is one of the things, but the major thing at the bottom level, the major thing is try to set the next goal and try and work towards achieving that. And once you achieve that, set the other next goal. So this way you always keep active. And how to improve the third topic was how to improve the immunity or health in kids. This has always been a challenge, especially for mothers, to make their children eat healthy food, and to be the children to be more active, especially nowadays when the kids are more addicted to mobiles and devices. They're not going and playing outside, and so how to do these things. So first thing is food, right? So to kids you have to present the food in a very attractive way, otherwise they're not going to eat because they're kids, right? So if something is not good, they're going to tell you on your face that this is not good, or this, I don't like this, right? So try to be creative in the food, right? So for example, if you're giving the chapati and sabji, the kid is going to get bored, and when they get bored they're going to tell it in your face, and then they're not going to eat it. So take the chapati, maybe add a little sauce, and keep the same sabji inside the chapati and roll it and give it to the kid and say this is a roll, or this is a frankie. And you can keep changing the filling that goes into the wrap, right? So this way try to be a little creative with the food, and so that the kids will eat, right? Otherwise, if it's going to be the same thing, they're not going to eat properly, and if they're not going to eat properly, they're not going to be healthy, right? And so try to be creative with the food, right? Try to do fried rice, try to make it a little fancy, right, once in a while, so that the kids enjoy their meal. And try to encourage them to go and play in the out in the sun, right? Whenever possible. That's going to help them in the long way, right? So this is a couple of things. Of course, in the coming sessions we will discuss more on this topic as well. Right. So we kind of touched upon a few things, right? Overall immunity, how to improve. So Chyawanprash is a good. If you feel the commercial Chyawanprash is having too much sugar content, you can go into the Ayurvedic shop and they will have these non-commercial, non-branded Chyawanprashes, which will be lower on the sugar content. That is good. Or alternatively, you can take a amla. Right? Take one amla after the meal. So that is a good enough immunity booster to start off. And for elders, they should have a goal, next goal in life that they want to achieve, and that will keep them healthy. That will keep them active. For kids, try to be creative with the food. Try to encourage them to go and play outside. The other thing I wanted to discuss, this is going to be a series of talks. So every day, I mean every Saturday, 11:30, 10 to 15 minutes, we'll keep these sessions. And So what we will have is we'll have a series of talks, because, as I said, this immunity as a topic is huge, and we cannot cover it in one shot. So we will cover it part by part. I'll touch upon a few highlights what the next series of talks are going to be. So in Ayurvedic, if you see the body, they call it as kapha, pitta, vayu. The body is considered composed of three things: kapha, pitta, vayu. This is what the Ayurvedic says. And when there is an imbalance in these things, it's an unhealthy condition. Right? This is the basic of Ayurveda: kapha, pitta, vayu. So if there is an imbalance in these things, it is a disease condition. Right? If these three things are in balance, then you're in a healthy condition. The same thing is also true when you talk about the five elements of the nature, that is earth, water, fire, air, and ether, right? Ether or sky, whatever you can want to call it. So these five things: earth, water, fire, air, ether, right? So this body or anything that we see around is also made of these five elements. So when there is an imbalance in these five, that is also a disease condition. So either imbalance in kapha, pitta, vayu, or either imbalance in earth, water, fire, air, ether, or you can add another dimension to this. So there are these, as per our Shastra, there are the 9 planets which can have effect on our life, right? Navagraha. If you see astrologer, so they will talk about these Navagraha. So these 9 planets also have certain energies on us, and an imbalance in that also can result in health or unhealth. So whatever you want to call it, the three uh, elements, or the 5 elements, or the 9 elements, or uh, whatever. So end of the day, there is an imbalance which creates the unhealth. So you can fix this by fixing these 5 elements, fixing these 3 elements, fixing these 9 elements. Whichever you want to take, you can take that path. End of the day, they mean the same. Either you fix the 3, either you fix the 5, or either you fix the 9. Everything means the same, right? So there are different processes to achieve that, right? And we will be seeing one of the things in the upcoming session. So for example, we will start with the 5, right? The 5 element: earth, water, fire, air, ether. How to fix each one of these things, and how it is contributing to your overall health, right? So this is what we will see in the upcoming sessions. There's one question in the chat: when can you take Chyawanprash? Chyawanprash you can take first thing in the morning, and if you're feeling a little heat in the body, you can take a half a glass of milk. Right? Some people feel the body heat is increased because of Chyawanprash, so you can take a half a glass of milk. So Chyawanprash first thing in the morning, and then after that you can take a half a glass of warm milk. Right? Amla you have to take after the meal. If you take just before the meal, what will happen is it's a very taste intensive food, so your actual meal will start tasting blunt. So amla you should take after the meal, right? Chyawanprash also already has amla in it, so if you take Chyawanprash, that is fine. But some people may not like the amla, so you can go for the amla instead of Chyawanprash. And the smaller amla is good. The bigger one is also good. The smaller one is slightly more better. So just take one or two small amlas, or half big amla after the meal. Chew it nicely and feel the juice of the amla in the taste buds. Right. So this is a very good immunity booster for beginners. Right. any side effects will be there. So Chyawanprash is a combination of a lot of things, right? So, and as I said, primarily it is a little heat in the thing. So if a person's body is already heat, so we spoke about these five elements, right? Earth, water, fire. Fire means heat. So if a person's body is already heat, and he is living in a very hot place, and he is eating chawanprash, which is again heat, right? So the too much heat is building up. So that's where this half glass of milk will cool things down, right? So there will not be any side effect because chawanprash that we get is not very this thing. So you can take that. So if you're feeling because chawanprash is too many things, you can go for amla. So that is also a good enough thing. So have one or two amlas, the smaller ones. If you're going for the big one, half is enough. You can take the full thing also. Half is enough. Just chew nicely, feel the juice, and then only thing it has to be after the meal, or there should be some subsequent gap before the meal. If you're taking it before the meal, there should be like half an hour gap. Otherwise, your food is going to taste a little blunt because the amla is so tasty. Okay, we'll stop here for today, and in the upcoming the series is going to be we're going to talk about these five elements. That is earth, water, fire, air, ether. How fixing these five things is going to improve our health, because the body consists of these five things, and anything that we see around is made of these five things only. And how there is an imbalance in this thing, resulting in unhealthy situation, and how to balance this so that our health will remain very good. Okay. So this is going to be our topic for the upcoming Saturday. So Saturdays 11:30, we'll have these sessions. Do try to join. Okay. Thank you.